Hello, hello. Good day to you all. My name is Shion Akinlua. I'll be talking to you about your health, still your health. Yeah, yeah. Have laid emphasis on health in the last two videos, and it's very important. And this will be focusing on your relationship with people, how you perceive yourself, how you see yourself, your confidence. Thank you. Stay tuned. Thank you. Many times, like people based on their previous experiences with people, they just want to just isolate themselves, like, oh, I don't care, it's just only myself. And sometimes when people now come to the diaspora, with that attitude, you realize that they can become stuck for many years because they wouldn't seek information. And it's not like they know in depth, but they would not ask anybody. And when you ask them later, maybe like in 10 years' time, why didn't you do this? Oh, I didn't know. And I'm like, okay. Did you ask anybody? No. Yeah. Or they may just say, oh, people don't want to help. But one thing in the diaspora is that if you need something, you need to go ask. You need to seek, for help. Whereas at home, people give us information freely, and many times we tend to abuse it. We tend to like call those people names. Oh, this one, she thinks she knows too much just because the person is giving you information. Just because the man is giving you information. Oh, maybe you want something or something like that. And, with that kind of mindset, people, when they get to new places, they decide to just, do things on their own, like every day, maybe 9 to 5 jobs, every day, every time, like, the same thing, without having a clear career pathway or clear career progression. Or perhaps it's not even your fault. It's maybe just based on your family. Don't talk to people, don't ask people questions. Some of us were like that. We're raised to be secretive. Everybody has got their own problems. Don't tell anybody your own problem. Everybody has got their problems, yes, but you need to reach out. So the people you can trust. Otherwise, a lot of damages will be incurred. Yes. So let me just move on. Let me just leave that aside and just think about that word. Why have you been told not to speak to people? Why have you been told to just, like carry on? Don't have relationships with people. And that's one of the greatest disaster or disservice to human being. Yeah, to keep people isolated, to keep people stay where I've put you. You don't talk to people, just carry on. Whatever I tell you, that's the final. This kind of what does not breed healthy relationship, does not breed healthy self. By so doing, a lot of people have lost their confidence in themselves because they feel they can just do, they can only just do what they want to do, and that's it. Whereas people that seek information part time, with the help of God, with the help of people, they know what to do part time. They know how to move forward part time. They have plans, 5 years plans. They do not see themselves, in that level where they started from. For example, you've come in with a care job and that's the job that brought you abroad or to the UK for the time being. Based on information, people can even get other jobs. Based on information, they can progress in their careers. For example, let's say a doctor has come into the UK with care job. Don't just, sit down there to say, oh, after all, I'm just leaving. No, you're not just leaving. You need to seek information, ask people for help. How can I navigate medical exams in the UK? How can I flourish? It's not because what you are doing at the moment is bad. No, don't get me wrong. But you don't want to remain there because that was not what you were doing before. It's okay to switch career, don't get me wrong. But like I will always tell people, it's all about the future. In the next 10 years, how would you feel? Remember the story somebody told me many years ago, many years before I even migrated, many years. The person said, there was a particular man in his own country who was a doctor. I'm sorry for using that kind of example, but don't feel offended. This is just a story that I heard many years ago, and the man was a doctor in his home country, in a particular country, migrated abroad, and decided to do something else. He wasn't. I don't know if he was comfortable with what he was doing. People switch careers, and there is nothing bad in it. It's all about your own fulfillment in the next few years, in the future. And that's why I said it's okay to switch. But if your switching is based on maybe not having information, and that's where the problem lies. So the man, carried on doing something. And so one day, his friend came abroad, just came to visit, and the man said, "Oh, where are you staying?" The particular man living in diaspora, living abroad. "Where are you staying?" And the man said, "Oh, I came to lodge in a five-star hotel or something. How much are you spending?" He said, "Oh, about £4,000." That was many years ago. And later on, the story was that the man became very depressed because at the time, his friend, rose up to become a permanent secretary in a particular place, and he rose. But whereas he that traveled abroad did not progress in his career and he was not fulfilled. I have another story, and many years ago when I was doing my driving lessons, one day one of the instructors asked me about my job, and I told him. At the time, I was not even working. And he said to me, "Oh, that many years ago in the 80s, he was a medical doctor in his home country, another country, Asian country. And that he came to the UK, he worked, and he said he was going to pull money, resources together and write exams. That the exam was very expensive. Yes, it is expensive. And at some point, even when he got the money, just went, oh, I don't need to be a doctor, and then he moved on. It's fine. But however, years after, he actually got a good job in a particular airport. And years after, 24 years after doing the airport job, he resigned or he retired. He retired and started the driving school business. So he said one thing that pains him is that whenever he goes to the hospital, due to the waiting list, nobody even cares who he is, and he looks at himself that, oh, this was my profession. Many years down the line, many years down the line. And this is what I tell people. Even if, for example, maybe you're a medical person, you've written exams, and you've not passed, get information. Continue, don't give up. It's still possible. It's possible, except if you have decided to switch. And like I said, there is nothing wrong in switching. The most important thing is that you become healthy in yourself. You become healthy. Healthy. And many times people may just fail Not because they are not reading, not because they are not doing things well, but because they just need to ask people, how did you get here, please? And it's okay to ask people. It's okay. If you don't feel comfortable with a set of people or with some people, go ask other people, how did you do it? A lot of times people just say, oh, thank God I passed. Behind that, what process? What did you do? How did you get there? Sometimes we just make success cheap as though, yes, I just did it. No, you did not just do it. If you really did it, what did you do? Can you tell other people how you got there? Can you tell other people how you were able? What were the strategies you used? For example, a guy told me one time, oh, now there's this lady, she has got 3 children. She does not write exams twice or something like that. And I'm like, okay. Okay, how does she do it? She just said, sometimes maybe 3 weeks to her exams, she would just go, her husband would look after the children, and she would just go stay in a place alone, reading back to back. I said, okay. And maybe in the next video, I'll talk about couples working together. I've decided to just leave talking about couples. I did that in the first episode or in the first series. But I will talk about it in the next video. How couples can work together to be great. It's very possible. So if you feel stuck in your chosen career or in your previous career and you still want to move forward, look for people, ask questions, call your friends. Do you know anybody in this line? Maybe, for example, Heidi, in this line, what can I do? What can I do? Oh, I'm a lawyer, but I can't work as a lawyer in this country. Why? Who says that? Who? Look for people who are lawyers. Ask them questions. How can I do it? It does not matter what you're doing at the moment. That which you're doing is part of God's provisions for you. Don't look down on it. Make sure you do it with all your heart. Whatever thing God has committed into your hands, do it well. Be happy. Sometimes at work, I sing. And one day somebody told me, because the person is a cleaner, said, oh, I wish I'm like you. And I said to her, no, even if I'm doing your job, I will sing. I will be happy. I will be glad. I will rejoice. It's an attitude. It's an attitude. Even when the money is not enough, I am grateful. And that makes you healthy. It's not until you do the big job and you have the big money. Even people that have the big money are not even happy. So be healthy. Be filled with gratitude. Even in the down moments of life. Just say, God, I am grateful. I am here now. God, I'm grateful. I am grateful. That changes everything. I wish I could talk more about it, but be grateful. Be grateful. Rather than comparing yourself with other people, ask questions. Get healed. Be whole in yourself. See you at the top. I pray that the peace of God rest upon you. Love you all. Bye bye. Thank you.